Hi everyone, I'm back down here at the Pavilion and I'm with another member of staff, not Lynn this time but one of her colleagues. So would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name's Jo. I've been working here since 2021. I came post-COVID after working here as a volunteer for the vaccination programme. So I think Jill saw me round and about, saw how I was with people. I'd already worked as a volunteer here in the theatre and the cinema. So I think, you know, when I said, do you want me to come and work for you, Jill? She was more than happy. She knew what she was getting.
Starting at the bottom and you've worked your way up, Jo.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
So that's great. Thanks, Jo. Do you want to tell people what you do down here at the Pavilion?
Well, I started, as I said, as a volunteer in the theatre and in the cinema. So I still do that. I still show people to their seats. I still give them a nice little talk before a film starts about where they can exit and whether they'll get ice creams at the interval. The answer is no, there is no interval. So I still do that. But then when I came to work properly, I started in the café. So I was a café assistant and still am. But I've broadened my horizons and I now work on the box office. So I'm one of the several voices you'll hear if you ring up for tickets.
And I will say, I saw you working very hard the other night with Limehouse Lizzie.
Oh, wow.
I was down here to take some photographs, but I did see Jo running up and down the stairs, making sure everybody was seated as best she could. Yeah. A very busy night, that one.
It was a very busy night because we didn't have numbered seats.
Yeah.
It was general admission. So my job was to make sure everybody got seated, everybody was comfortable, everybody knew what was happening, the time scale, what they could expect.
I did see Jo running up and down the stairs. Keeps you fit though, Jo.
Oh, it does. Gets my steps in for sure.
So, Jo's here today. Now, Jo wanted to talk about repeat business, which I think it's important our listeners know that the Pavilion takes on a lot of repeat business. It's just not different shows, different promoters.
Yeah,
so over to you, Jo.
Okay, right. So imminently we've got Folk Week. We're currently selling programmes and then it starts on the 16th of August until, that's the Saturday, until Friday the 22nd. We're folk central here. Everything is done from here. So the folk directors set up their office from here. We're at the beck and call. They come down to us for coffees and sandwiches and we have all the cheap with them. They have it all with us.
That wasn't always the case, I know, because
it absolutely wasn't.
They based themselves in a local school and decided the building benefited them better, so they moved all their offices down here. There's still a lot of the events, you know, the leisure centre, out and about in town. But I know that they moved a lot of their administration down into the Pavilion.
Yeah, so it all happens here. As Ed's just said, I want to talk about repeat business. I want to talk about not just Folk Week, which comes time and time and time again.
Year after year.
Year after year, and I looked it up, and if I'm not mistaken, it's been in Whitby since 1994. And it's not just British folk, it's an international festival.
It's an international festival.
Absolutely. It gets mentioned on BBC Radio 6 more times than anything, I think.
It's gone beyond national, it's international.
Yeah, it is, yep. So other repeaters that we have, for example, the 60s weekend.
Oh, we all love the 60s weekend.
We love the 60s.
And I'm very privileged to be a little part of that as well.
Of course you do, the sound or the lights
the projection.
Or a bit of both. Yes.
I do the projection.
They've been coming to us now for over 20 years.
Yeah, I remember when it first started, it seems...
Oh, I don't think I was born yet.
It's a marvellous weekend.
It is. And people can have a whole weekend ticket or they can pick and choose. And if they ring up, we tell them what the programme is and then they can decide whether they want to come on a Friday night and a Saturday night or a Saturday afternoon and a Sunday afternoon. Yep. Everybody wants to come and see Elvis. He is the best Elvis. without a shadow of a doubt.
I think we can say Joe's a fan.
Oh, Joe is a big fan. Yeah, he's great, and he's a lovely guy as well. So yeah, so people can pick and choose what tickets they have.
And Elvis actually comes in his own right as well, doesn't he?
Does, yes. He started coming now to do his own show. Unfortunately, we don't have him with his big band, and he does like to tell everybody that he's met Priscilla, and he does sing with a big band just like Elvis did, and backing singers. But we're more modest. We just have Elvis on his own. But he's a great entertainer, and yeah, he's been coming. Not just to the 60s weekends, but he's been coming for his own show. Yeah, and the 60s weekend is a 2 weekends a year.
Yeah, it's. I know. When I was here at the beginning, it started off as 1, but then quickly expanded into the 2 weekends a year. So.
June and September. Yep. And I think it was because it was so successful that it
expanded.
That it expanded.
Yeah,
And another successful weekend was the Soul Weekend. It went from just 1 weekend, and it is now 2.
2 again.
And they do their weekends. The first weekend is a Northern Soul Weekend. The second weekend is a Motown Soul Weekend. And again, it's about July and September. And the good thing about the 60s and the Soul Weekend, they never overlap. They never argue about the dates. They pick the same dates, so people know
again, I think
year after year.
I was just going to say, I think a lot of these events we will find, and I was talking to Andy, and I know you're going to talk about steampunk a bit, but I was talking to Andy, and these festivals, because they are repeating year after year, become part of the customer's social calendar.
Yes.
And again, I think that extends not only as a benefit to the building, but a benefit to the town, because I was talking to a couple only recently at the Steampunk Weekend, and they were saying that, they're already booked for next February.
Because
they booked the guest house. And
Whitby changes its personality by the weekend, and so it embraces all the things that we do. So if we have a steampunk weekend, the town is full of steampunks. If we have a goth weekend, the same. 60s, you see people out and about in the flares. Not sure whether that's a good look, but there you go. So that brings me actually right down to steampunk. And we have those twice a year.
Another twice yearly one?
We have dropped a podcast by Andy Dolan, who is the organiser.
Yes, I chatted to him the other day.
And he talks more fully about
steampunk and what it is. It's actually quite a good podcast to go and listen to, because I did actually ask him what was steampunk rather than just about his festival, and he gives a very good answer to that. An answer I couldn't give, so I'll leave that to Andy.
Well, Andy's just had his 18th festival.
Some of these festivals, they're not new. Yeah, like you say, 18.
18, 2 a year, that's 9 years.
Yeah, I don't think some of our listeners realise how old some of these festivals are.
Yeah.
Like you say, Folk Week, hugely old, 20 years of 60s.
Yep.
9 years of steampunk, amazing, and they keep coming back. They must like the building.
Yeah, they must.
And the staff.
Of course, that goes without saying. Actually, I told you a little lie about Folk Week. It wasn't 1994, because that was the Goths. The Goths were 1994. That's when they started. They've been coming every year, apart from COVID year.
Well, I think everything shut down, didn't it, over COVID? Everybody was shut down.
Yeah, apart from this building.
Yeah, which became a vaccination centre.
It absolutely did, yeah. So, long running, let's talk about Musicport.
Oh, wow, huge. Absolutely huge.
Musicport, what a fabulous, fabulous weekend event.
Yeah, huge.
They advertise it as being a great music festival, and the only way to keep dry at a music festival, because it's all held indoors. It's all absolutely super fun. They decorate the building for us, and it's...
I've seen the festoon lights down there, and the stalls lit up on an evening.
Yeah.
It's magical.
Yes.
It is. It looks fantastic in there.
It is. And it's a lovely... it's a lovely group of people. We're so lucky. We get all these different groups, these different tribes, if you will.
Yeah.
But all these tribes are full of really lovely people who love what they do. They love their steampunk. They love being a goth. They love being a 60s follower. They love their music for Musicport, and it's lovely.
And it shows how versatile the building is as well. That we can, I mean, currently, and again, I apologise to our listeners if you hear noise in the background, that there's people coming and going to the Whitby Craft Fair, which is on at the moment. Like you say, it's Goths one weekend, it's Music Port the next, it's Folk Week the next. It's just how versatile, not only the building are, but how the staff are as well. You're setting up each event and looking after it like they do. And we
love it. We have our favourites, but I'm not going to tell you what. I'm not going to tell you who they are and which ones they are.
But again, so it's important, I think, that our listeners sort of understand that these festivals, they're very influential on a national scale, but it moves beyond that. It's an international scale.
It is, because Music Port...
Some of these centre around this building in Whitby.
Yeah, Music Port actually brings people from all over the world to perform.
World music.
And we're lucky because our venue, our lovely pavilion, splits itself so beautifully. We've got Music Port, we've got a fair in the Northern Lights suite where the main stage is. But then we've got a little stage downstairs in the exhibition hall. We have players playing in the café area when the bar and the café are busy, busy, busy. Then we've got the theatre. We've got people in the theatre to watch the more
Because I think Music Port do take over the entire building, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They absolutely do. As do Folk.
Folk Week as well. I was going to say Folk Week.
They use the building to the fullest of its capacity.
And Steampunk, I think, take over almost the entire building as well.
Yeah. And let's see what else I want to tell you. I want to tell you about our breakfasts.
Right, yeah.
I don't think enough people know how fabulous our breakfasts are. For £6, you get a plate of bacon and sausage and hash browns and eggs and beans and tomatoes.
And also, there's the brew and butty promotional as well.
We do a brew and butty promotion.
So for somebody like me who loves the food, absolutely fantastic.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
What if you were a drinkerhead? What would you do then?
Well, again, this is what I've heard. These are some of the best bar prices.
They absolutely are.
Yeah,
they absolutely are. You can't beat our prices. Well, you probably can, but you probably wouldn't want to drink there. But there you go. Who else do I want to tell you about? I've touched on the Goths. The Goths are so special to us.
Again, a hugely long-running festival.
Yes.
Like you said, what was it, 1994?
Yeah, 1994.
I mean, I bet there's some coming to that festival that will probably weren't alive when it started. You see some of the younger ones coming, and in the 20s, they weren't alive when that started. Yeah. And it's still coming to the building, still coming to the town, still coming to Whitby.
Yes, and people still associate Whitby with the Goths.
Very much so. I mean, I've seen it even on national news where you'll say, and again, it's the return of the Goths to Whitby. That's national news. Yeah. But again, I think they're on an international scale.
You know how big a festival is when they shut the bridge, when they shut the swing bridge. You know that it's a big festival.
It's a big deal.
You know it's going to be a big draw,
it's a big weekend.
Of people in. Yeah, yep.
I think some of the other things that's worth mentioning, Joe, is you've talked about the festivals and the repeats of those, which are fantastic. But it's also the little things as well.
Oh, yeah.
That keep coming back year after year.
Yeah.
Do you want to go
tell
us about some of those?
I want to tell you about something that happened to me the other day. Okay. A lady came in for some ABBA tickets, and she said, I've already got a collection of tickets to collect when I come in for the 39 steps.
All right, okay.
So she said, and I went through her tickets, and she'd got Upbeat Beatles. Upbeat Beatles. Third time coming next year.
Yep.
Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Well loved. Third or fourth time of coming. I can't think what else she was coming to see. But all of these things, we've had them before and they're still coming. G4 have just done their third concert with us.
It's amazing that there's that amount of repeat business.
Such a diverse range of things, we don't just cater for...
It's not just all music, is it? There's lots of other things as well.
There is. There's comedy. Amazing. Count Arthur Strong last year. Who'd heard of Count Arthur Strong?
I'll be honest with you, I hadn't. I'm going to be truthful. I will hold my hands up.
And
I hadn't.
Me too. So, of course, what did I do? I went on YouTube. I had a quick listen.
Funny enough, so did I.
Yeah. Oh, and I absolutely loved him. You can't laugh. You can't laugh because he's so fast. A sellout show? Yes, so fast that if you laugh, you're missing his next line.
Yeah, sell-out showroom. And I think, again, I mentioned you working hard the other night, but Limehouse Lizzie, what have they been coming? Years now, you know. And again, I've already seen on your Facebook page that people are saying we need to have them back.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Again, I'm sure they'll be returning again.
I wouldn't even want to put numbers on it, but certainly they've been coming since I've been here, since 2021. Lindisfarne, another one.
Another one.
They're here. They go back years and years with us, as does the promoter that we work with.
I think that's something, again, we tend to forget. We see all the shows and we're working with festivals. The building is working with different shows. But again, behind that, there's a promoter.
There is,
who obviously choose to come back and use the building year after year.
Because they built up a rapport with us. Yeah. Their reputation is safe in our hands. We work so closely with them, and they work closely with us and keep coming back to us time and again.
And that's fantastic. And I think, again, credit to the building, credit to the staff, and a credit to the town as a whole. This is where they want to be. Yeah. But I mean, we just sat here in the theatre bar, and what a view, and glorious sunshine. I went around this morning, but glorious sunshine, and what a view. And again, if you come down to the cafe, for me, I think they're some of the best views in Whitby.
Absolutely. And if the dolphins are out there.
Well, I saw some, I think it was 60s weekend in June. They were all stood outside and I couldn't figure out what was happening. I think they were all photographing and watching the dolphins.
Yeah.
So thank you for that, Jo.
I haven't finished.
Sorry, carry on, Jo. Sorry.
I've got
apologies.
more. Pink Floyd experience. How many times have we had them?
Quite a few times. Yeah, quite a few times.
And the wrestling?
Absolutely. Yeah, great favourite. And again, twice yearly, I think.
At least. Yeah. People say to me, I want to bring my child. How old? 4. I said they'll love it. They'll absolutely love it. They'll get the big foam fingers on and they'll be going, get in there, and with the poking and pointing with the fingers. Just such fun.
So again, nothing to do with music, really. Nothing to do with the theatre.
No.
But another event that this building can cope with.
Because we hold the space for them and they come and they enjoy it.
Just how versatile the building is.
They love it. Darts, another sports event. We're on our 2nd year this year.
And that's a really big one.
That is
I was amazed how many people were telling me, the darts are coming, going to the darts. People, I'll be honest with you, one of them being one of my family members, who I didn't even know liked darts, but couldn't wait to get tickets to get down here and see the darts and meet the pros.
Yeah. They dress up. They get in. Oh, excuse me. They get into the full swing of it. They, it's quite the night.
It's a huge night.
I think that's about it. Off the top of my head. Off the top of my head.
Go on.
Dippy.
She's here this weekend, and I was so lucky. She set some time aside and had a chat with me the other day. Told me all about where Dippy came from.
Yeah.
But again, I think she said she's now she does 3 a year.
Yeah.
And is absolutely delighted that she's now secured a 4th weekend for next year. Yeah. And I think she said she's been coming since 2016.
Yeah. So next year will be her 10th year.
And said our stall holders actually love being here. So all credit to the building, all credit to the staff, and credit to the town as well. I think that's important. Because without the hoteliers and the guest houses and the pubs and just Whitby in general, these people might not come. But, I think it just shows how central this building can be to the town and all that it brings into the town. It's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic.
And finally,
Jo, over to you.
Finally, our pantomime. Tom Rolfe.
Tom.
What
I know
Tom. Super guy. What a lovely guy. And his pantomimes are so much fun. And I'm just going to leave it with, well, we'll have to do it again then.
Absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic is Tom. And again,
what a punchline.
And again, a regular to the building, loves the building, just yet another string to the bow of the pavilion. Yep. That's fantastic. While I've got you here, Jo, could I just get you to give our listeners a very quick rundown on what's happening in the coming week?
Well, we're getting ready for Folk Week, so we're...
Big build-up.
Big build-up. So it's very quiet, but we do have the Smurfs running on Monday the 11th, we've got 2 showings. So if you haven't managed the afternoon showing, you've got an evening showing. And then it finishes on the 12th.
That's
Tuesday
right.
the 12th.
Tuesday I think it does,
Yep. But also on Tuesday, we've got an afternoon of dancing with Ray Kirk, where there's a selection of sequence and ballroom and take to the floor. And I marvel at those dancers. I ask them, I say, just run by me again what sequence. Well, they can tell me until they're blue in the face.
A lot of our listeners might not know what it is, so I'm actually going to try and do a podcast with Ray Kirk, and I'm going to ask him all those sorts of questions.
Good.
Watch out for that episode in the next few weeks.
And then, of course, on the Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday, we've got our brew and butty deal.
Must come down for that because I do like a bacon butty.
Yes, our bacon butties are legendary.
When can our listeners come down and enjoy that? What times is the cafe open?
The cafe is open between 10 and 3.
And the box office?
Same.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So people know what's the box office number. Do you want to give them that?
Oh, you put me on the spot there. 01947 824 770.
You don't get more professional than that, Joe. There you go. Thank you very much, Joe.
Thanks.
So I think that wraps up another episode. Thank you very much for your time, Joe. Pleasure to chat to you. And we will be chatting with Joe in the future, I'm sure. And that's it from another Pavilion podcast. So it's goodbye from the podcast. Take care and stay safe.